Students in Orosi felt safe enough to return to classes today. Parents in that South Valley town kept hundreds of kids home on Monday after a series of deadly shootings there. Action News South Valley reporter Jessica Paris live in Orosi tonight with an update on the investigation and those frightened families. Jessica?
The Tulare County gang unit was out in full force in Orosi today. They're still trying to find out any information about 3 murders this past weekend. This is where one of the murders happened. An 18-year-old was shot and killed by gang gunfire while he was driving on Saturday night. You can still see a light pole on the ground surrounded by crime scene tape here. Today, students took advantage of grief counselors to deal with the tragic weekend. Kids were back at school on Tuesday after an Orosi high school student was one of 3 people shot and killed last weekend. Cutler-orosi school officials said only about half of the district students went to class on Monday after school officials gave students an excused absence if they felt unsafe going to school.
Today, we did send out an all-call and asked that students return to school today, and I'm very pleased. It looks like, for the most part, we have at least 90% attendance, if not more. 3
separate shootings last weekend left 3 people dead. 2 of the victims were teenage boys, one a former and the other a current Orosi high school student. As students shuffled back and forth to class, Curley said the school was struggling with the death of a classmate.
We've seen a lot of students who are in various stages of grief.
Orosi Drive and 2nd Street is where sheriff's deputies found the 3rd murder victim. Maria Gonzalez says she saw 37-year-old Rocio Martinez and another woman lying on the ground with gunshot wounds to the head. I was trying to see if she was alive. I was trying to help her, but she was gone. Gonzalez is a family friend of the victims. She says Martinez's husband was also found shot in the head and is on life support at a local hospital. She says the shootings are difficult for the community. She was a very good person. She would come by on her way to the market and we would say hi to each other. She was a nice person. School officials said the Orosi High School varsity football team was supposed to play at home this Friday, but they've moved that game to away in Strathmore because it's Halloween and they don't want to risk having any more violence this weekend. The JV game has been canceled. Live in Orosi, Jessica Paris, ABC 30 Action News.